Right, so the next most popular question I seem to have had, and I'm starting to think some of you may be obsessed with, is about shoes and socks. Now, I'll admit I absolutely hate kit-related questions for one very simple reason. Kit is amazingly individualistic and unique to you. What works for me might be horrible for you. What works for you, horrible for me, etc. The other reason is, still, to be honest, I don't really have, super duper awesome kit. Almost all of my kit has either come second-hand off eBay, cheap in the sales, or has literally been given to me by other people who have found it didn't work for them. I.e. 90% of my shoes. 90% of my shoes literally came from one person in my run group who donated them to me because I couldn't afford any shoes. So, yeah, I'm not great with kit. This run vest came off eBay, second hand. I went to the shop and I tried some on, and I had a vague idea what I wanted because I tried on different ones, because it turns out as a female an awful lot of run vests don't take boobs into account. So if you're looking at run vests, I'd highly recommend going and trying some on in a shop or whatever. And also if you're a female and you want a run vest, I would very much recommend the soft flasks for the front pockets, not the hard flasks, because once again, boobs. I honestly think some of the designers don't think about, well, boobs. I'm saying boobs a lot, I'm going to stop saying boobs. Anyway. As for shoes, well, as I say, the vast majority of mine I didn't pick. I've just run in whatever I can. But then again, I've also done barefoot running, so I'm a little bit unique in that respect. However, when I do have a choice, for road, I very much like Altras. Now, Altras are a zero drop shoe, but they're also very cushioned. So if you decide for any reason that you want to try minimalist or barefoot running, Altras are a very good instruction. I like them myself anyway because I think they're very comfortable. I also like Brooks. Brooks are one of the donated shoes, to be honest. I'd never tried them before, but I looked out because I really like them. My feet really like them, they're very comfortable. And trail-wise, and this is going to be controversial. This is going to be very controversial. I've had a lot of people telling me that I shouldn't be wearing these, it's a bad idea, etc, etc, etc. But I like Karrimors. And I know they're meant to be cheap and rubbish and everyone poo-poos them, as it were, but my pair of Karrimors have done pretty much the entire Cleveland Way, a good chunk of the Cumbrian Way, and several trail half marathons, and other than the insole falling out, they're perfectly fine. I mean, the insole is now stuck in there with carpet tape. I need to do some arm workouts because this is starting to hurt my arm holding my phone. But yeah, the insoles are now holding, well, one of the insoles is now holding with carpet tape, but other than that, brilliant, fine, nothing wrong with them. Absolutely fantastic. Other than that, I also like Salomons. Salomons are quite good. I've got a pair of Salomons on right now. And I'm not really experimented with that many other shoes, to be honest. If it is up to me, and if I do have the money, I very much like Innovates. I got to test out a pair of Innovate hiking boots recently, and they were absolutely amazing. And I think I'm a complete convert now. They're expensive though, and at the moment I can't afford any. But at some point I will get myself some cheap off eBay Innovate run shoes, and I will let you all know if they're as good as the walking boots. I'm hoping they are. And socks wise, see, once again, I've just generally worn the cheap ones, like Go Outdoor Zone, or Decathlon's ones. I got some of them recently, they weren't too bad. But if I've got the money, and if I can justify it, I very much like Hillies. Hillies are awesome. And I recently discovered a brand called Versus. I think they've only been in the UK, I don't think they've been in the UK long. I think they're a South African brand. I may be wrong there, you might have to check that. But I'm really liking them. Firstly, there's some quite neat designs. Secondly, they just seem to really work well with my feet. And it doesn't seem to matter what pair of shoes I've got on. They're just very comfortable, no blisters, no rubbing, nothing like that. And when they get wet, I don't know how they've done it, they're infused with some sort of magic. But firstly, they dry insanely quickly. And secondly, my feet warm up again, like almost as soon as I'm out the water. It's some sort of witchcraft. It's really impressive. I can't tell you how they do it because, as I say, I've only just discovered the brand in the last few weeks. But They are amazing. The only other thing I would advise on shoes is I'm not totally sold on the gait assessments, or at least not on the gait assessments that are done inside shops. I don't think that they're as foolproof as they will have you believe. I might be wrong. I don't know. They're trying to give me all these sorts of fancy support shoes, and I hated them. All the shoes that they had to give me after the gait assessment hurt. Like, really hurt. They hurt my ankles, they hurt my knee, they hurt my feet. Maybe I'm just weird. Maybe it just doesn't work on me. And the other thing I would say is Gore-Tex trail running shoes are a complete con. Don't get them. All that happens is the water gets into the shoe, then has nowhere to go. Just, if you really don't want wet feet, you're better off getting waterproof socks, but even then, the chances are your feet will sweat. There might be some good waterproof socks out there. I mean, there are some very expensive ones out there. I've not tried all of them, but all the ones I have tried, I've found I get an awful lot of a sweaty foot issue. So there we go. There's my 2 cents on socks and shoes, and a little bit off track on race vests. But basically, I'm not an expert. I can only tell you what from my experience, and my experience isn't great because I don't have the money. There are people out there who know a lot about shoes. There are people out there who probably know a lot about socks. I don't know if socks is a specialist subject, but shoes, yes, there are people out there who know a lot. I know some people who own ridiculous amounts of shoes who could probably give you massive reviews on every single item of footwear. I can't do that, I'm afraid. So, yeah, it's a bad question. Well, not a bad question, but I'm giving you a bad answer. So from my experience, you just got to trial and error until you find the ones that work for you. Everyone's feet are different, everyone's gait is different, everyone's everything is different. And nothing I say really going to make that much of an impact, to be honest, because your feet and my feet aren't the same feet. So yeah, trial and error, and hopefully everyone will find some that work for them.